Wabina Sante, Waman Hene, Wabina Sante, Waman Hene, Wabina Sante, what can I say? What carry on?
Well, Yasaba, trying come on, so I'm saying higher Sempa 94.7 Ekosiisen Jumediano na yede bro. Some of your text messages are about quickly ma mentimi and kinkai and fama onafi yen trying come on. My main cow say His Excellency Ghana's ambassador former to India. The for Sammy Gyamfi ewan say. Yashanim say name for Titus Glove and Subaba Kai and Sanafi Yatwa and common so. Some of your text messages say, Sammy Obeng say, please, can you correct His Excellency Sammy Gyamfi? In the early 80s, the second team on the league represents Ghana in the waffle competition, not league champions. Ain't Sam Obeng were US of A. Anna Odiaba say, team ano tosumi no, Anna na okobo waffle. Ain't ehwasem no. When so also the other about PK Sapon before that Musa Batwa say good afternoon, my the open-minded impartiality of the EC has been thrown to the dogs. Article 94 of the Constitution, the Public Elections Regulation CI 2020 is cleared without ambiguity. A candidate must be a registered voter in the constituency before he or she must be allowed to contest, but it's different in the case of Assin North by election. PK Sapon, and so did I drink share Ediaba. PK Sapon, happy birthday once again. And then Udi wa Awoda, and so Wajibre 80 Esa Cherewajure. PK Sapon say, so is His Excellency Sammy Gyamfi saying that the NDC was able to solve the Galamsey issue and that he thinks and that the chicks didn't have their moms lurking around. So lots of your text messages, but yes, quickly say we know so is that what you're trying to say? That the NDC there Mona Mundi challenges fighting illegal mining?
Is that what I thought to mean? I remember I told you say this is not about NDC or MPP. It's about Ghana and how we are losing our livelihood. Not so. Yes, sir.
So what's the prescription? What's the way forward?
Prescription is say me Sammy Gyamfi make a galamsey no one. On my hand, we should be named and shamed. That's the only way. Because we can do everything. We can bring the soldiers. We can solve it. That's my point. And then the second point the person raised is
league,
you know.
Who did second and now
But what I'm saying is in 1960, 11 Wise won the league. Google.
In 1960?
Yes. FC. 11 Wise won the league. But what I just wanted to say is the Western region has been great in football. Okay? We have been very, very great in football. But unfortunately, we have gone so low. That's why I'm happy Mediama is picking the pieces. But it's not right. Mediama is the only team for Western region when we need French and league table. This is not true.
Okay, I see. But have you been following the Domkuma Parliament on Justice Tokonu?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
11 Wise.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. You want to prove that you knew what you said?
Of course. You remember the days of Kofi Abre, share friends saying Bannerman.
Okay. Hey, it players are brand new.
Yeah. Just as small. Yeah. All those players. Yes. Western region had it.
I see. So in 1962 was Accra House of Folk. Yes. In 1960 was Second 11 Wise. 59 was Asante Kotoko, and 58 was Accra House of Folk. So it's there for the records. Second 11 Wise, 1960.
Yeah. Captain Baidu Adakwa.
Hey, if the moment I can't uncle for number. Hey, there was this young man, and I roll a genie. I said, "Wouldn't he didn't cry?" a monument in is it Second D or is Cape Coast? I've forgotten. No, Debina. Oh yeah, I think is it DC at that time or Rollins Slayman be me? Oh, I did be a body and I'm a referee. He's no more. He was also a major contributing factor Ghana's development, especially in the central or western. He was Mekai. Anyway, so the members there, but today still more municipal, but more mama okay to go. Why? What's the problem again? Because mama all the necessary. Chese obono homodin mark a credit me could do sad the beer honor no. With that, even though one or two be, but still will be German. Is it a judge question case that someone okay with it?
Many minority in parliament. Many women are being baby. If you say, so what's Mahama Ayariga, our lead MP on that now. He says they were disappointed because they had thought it's a lordship.
Okay, so this is just from the Electoral Commission. Let me read this out quickly and then Yembra back to your conversation. Eligibility of qualified MPP parliamentary aspirant in the Asin North by-election. Yes, thank you. Iripan American Assembly at Austin.
At Austin.
Yes.
Great. Central region.
Yes, at Austin. Wow. Thank you so much for providing that information at Austin. Hey, Ghana, actually, ni papa.
The two of us got Panafest.
At Austin, and your good self
was my regional minister, and I was the PNDC municipal chief executive Cape Coast.
At Austin?
Yes, he was my regional minister. We sat thinking with Kofi Abley and the rest. We sat thinking from Imre.
Oh, wow.
By 4 o'clock now, we have come out with a Panafest concept.
Wow.
Yeah, we say that concept, if it is linked with Cape Coast Afeshe, it will be great. So who said 1992, 94? Cape Coast Afeshe was very
great. Papa.
And the day is the case in the
yeah, bye.
Cape Coast. I was the DC chief executive in Cape Coast.
Let's talk about this some other time.
Yeah, we have contributed.
Yeah. So eligibility of qualified MPP parliamentary aspirant in the Asin North by-election. The attention of the Electoral Commission has been drawn to another misleading statement by the National Communications Officer of the NDC. The Commission, in its previous response to the National Communication Officer, stated that per Article 94 of the 1992 Constitution, a person qualifies to contest as a candidate for a parliamentary candidate so long as he is a registered voter, at least 21 years of age, hails from or is a resident or has resided in the constituency for a total of 5 years in the last 10 years preceding to the election he or she seeks to contest. This is the position of the 1992 Constitution, which is the fundamental law of Ghana. The National Communication Officer of the NDC, in his response, makes the claim that the EC only relied on the 1992 Constitution to make the case that a person need not be a registered voter in the constituency he or she intends to stand for election. He assessed that the EC should have also relied on the CI 127 and in particular the nomination form contained in CI 127 before arriving at the conclusion that a person need not to be a registered voter in the same constituency he or she intends to contest. To buttress his point, he states that the phrase of the same constituency on the parliamentary nomination form implies that a candidate for parliamentary election must be a registered voter in the same constituency he or she intends to contest, and that the phrase of the same constituency on the nomination form should override the Constitution. This argument is flawed. For the benefit of the public, the nomination form states as follows: we, the undersigned registered voters in constituency, do hereby nominate of the same constituency to stand for election as a member of parliament, and we hereby certify that to the best of our knowledge, he or she is qualified to be elected as such. Clearly, as stated above, The nomination form only requires those nominating a candidate for a parliamentary election in the constituency to be registered voters in the same constituency, and not the candidate who is being nominated to contest. The candidate is only required to hail from or reside in the constituency to qualify to contest in that constituency. If one should interpret what is stated on the parliamentary nomination form to imply that the candidate must also be a registered voter in the same constituency, that would be absurd, unreasonable, illogical, and unconstitutional, to borrow some of the words of Sammy Gyamfi. Was Sammy Gyamfi not aware of this phrase of the same constituency on the nomination form before allowing their candidate for the Kumawu by-election, who is not a registered voter in the Kumawu to contest for the recent by-election? For the information of the general public, the NDC candidate for the recent by-election, Mr. Kwesi Amankwa, is not a registered voter in the Kumawu constituency. He is a registered voter in the Ayawaso West Wagon constituency in the Greater Accra region. Why didn't the NDC raise this issue ahead of the Kumawu constituency by-election? The fact still remains that the allegation by Sammy Gyamfi to the effect that the EC is working with the MPP to sneak an unregistered voter into the Asset Not Register is false. It is untrue, and we call on Sammy Gyamfi to prove this. Over the years, Sammy Gyamfi and his party have put out false claims aimed at maligning the integrity of the Electoral Commission. This was evident in the petition to the Supreme Court after the 2020 elections, alleging that they had won the elections. It is well known that they could not provide evidence in court to support their allegations. This current allegation is no different. It is baseless and unfounded, and a figment of the imagination of the National Communication Officer. We call on well-meaning Ghanaians to ignore it. Ghana's democracy has come of age, and we call on Sammy Gyamfi to exercise maturity, decorum, and truth in his discussions on the EC. We urge him to go out and campaign and leave the EC office alone. As a commission, we remain committed to conducting transparent, peaceful, and credible elections. We will devote our time to fulfilling our constitutional mandate, having provided the public with the truth on this matter. And it's from the Public Affairs Department, Electoral Commission.
Who signed this?
It's from the Public Affairs. So directed. Wow.
Amani, listening to this as a tax-paying Ghanaian, this is shameful. This release is shameful. One, Sammy Gyamfi wrote that not in his personal capacity. Anamebwa, he wrote on behalf of the NDC. So where are they singling him out and virtually insulting him? Why?
They are giving back his words.
But
the prescription or the description he gave the Electoral Commission.
Sammy Gyamfi is an individual, an officer of a political party.
So the response should have been NDC.
NDC.
As a party.
And
not Sammy Gyamfi as an individual.
Secondly, as a state institution, you depend on taxpayers' money. You are mindful of your choice of words in answering situations like this. Why has the Electoral Commission decided that for a long time to come, they will always be at loggerhead with the NDC? Why?
Are they not putting the facts right?
But in putting, I always listen to you. Is that how you put your facts?
So this is too harsh.
Too harsh, uncalled for. Too harsh and uncalled for. Attacking the person of Sammy Gyamfi, making him the center of a state institution. The scorn of his public is wrong. Why wouldn't the Electoral Commission, as a tax-paying, a friend saying, what is your tax here, why wouldn't you even write to NDC, say, these are the facts? Why wouldn't they do that? And singling the person of Sammy Gyamfi and virtually insulting him is unacceptable.
So your worry is that this insertion of the fact still remains that the allegation by Sammy Gyamfi to the effect that the EC is working with the MPP to sneak an unregistered voter into the Ascent North register is false. It is untrue, and we call on Sammy Gyamfi to prove this. And they go further to say that this is where maybe you have issues. I'm just looking through what you describe. Okay, so clearly, as stated above, the nomination formally requires those nominating a candidate for a parliamentary election in a constituency to be registered voters in the same constituency and not the candidate who is being nominated to contest. The candidate is only required to hail from or reside in the constituency to qualify to contest in that constituency. If one should interpret what is stated on the parliamentary nomination form to imply that the candidate must also be a registered voter in the same constituency, that would be absurd, unreasonable, illogical, and unconstitutional, to borrow some of the words of Sammy Gyamfi. So they are borrowing his words and giving it back to him.
Sammy Gyamfi, in fact, Oman tax ni Chaneka. All right. And now, say what Assam Krayanka. He's writing on behalf of a political party. Let me repeat myself. It behoves on EC, so overthrow EC, a friend, the NDC say, these are what we have received as complaints, and these are the facts. Oman Assam try. Why do we employ public relations officers in our companies? Why do we, so that they can manage communications better than this? The BC, please. You are not a political party. You are supposed to live over and above these things.
So this comes across as a political party addressing Sammy Gyamfi or the NDC, not the Electoral Commission.
No. Theo, let me explain again. I have been a public relations officer before. Where there's trouble, on my way to
me too.
I am called in to find the best communication to resolve the issue. That's the role of a public relations officer. Find the best way, communicate to resolve the issue. So in fact, we hear police are some people now PR department accurate. But when they write, they don't inflame passion. They don't attack anybody. That is the essence of public relations. But if you are going to say Obiatro announce watchro, Obiatro announce watchro, at the end of the day, one tax need to choke. So Electoral Commission, the basis says Sammy Gyamfi Eka say there is a CI. One kasana we issue regulating all this. I didn't know you voters register. And constituency be also the voters register. The essence of voting on my say be represent ye or your constituency just say we are your bar over parliament no can have some amai. That's all there is to it. No see according to the law ya and I say one young one was so say Uber Cape Coast, no better now over a period now. Uber to me, I register near to Obama. Now, he who is to be voted for must himself vote. Right? So, Metiwana, so if you take one Sayam, Namaba,
I say
not, sir. Montua ba emame. Meanwhile, my family need be answer so Takwan Sayam. And only problem, sometimes some of us have, say, you must hail from there or say ufiho no uti omo ya and wako parliamentar akoyede akoka masa mamo. That's all there is to it. So the Electoral Commission itself comes out with CI. It comes out with the voters register. Sometimes you can verification, voter verification, and I'm yes, akwa we want to need. Don't we do this? Don't we do this in this country?
But the position of the law, means a registered voter hailing from that place, living within that place before the election, 5 or whatever.
Admitted without contention. Yeah. But me say, yeah, voters register. You acquire a friend's exhibition.
That's
right. Why do we do that?
Just to ensure that people free or no money the econ or natural money.
You acquire elections, we are party agents. What are they doing? So, what is the essence of this? Practically, how have we interpreted this constitution? And he said, you see, no voters register for each constituency and each branch, right? Now, more right to vote in that constituency. It is a within his branch one. Won't mean to about.
But the EC raises the issue that more candidates are going to call by election.
That is neither here nor there.
Just to make sure that mobile wants to be paying and brand is in some coin.
Oh my. I did the Ghana BC and the ECCI. Unuseful equalization. Some people be into Omahin
within the law, no more easy for the castle.
Oh, I'm going to address that. Don't worry yourself. I started my discussion by this leader foundation said, easy for no. Some of the constitution, every election piano, you bring new CI. And I mean what?
About to be a modern chef from
ever. Yes, yeah, we're going to and some to call.
What Danny and Nika
And I want to call Parliament. And I mean what? Now I'm saying, Yep, Ghana card. Into the Ghana card, you're going to get into Abba. But the constitution says you must be a citizen of sound mind on of what 18 years and above. Not so. So if you yourself you see one person the Debia we have voters register at the constituencies. Now who can say exhibition so that we can exclude persons or the constitution. I don't know, like Bonnie Yai. And I said Sammy Gyamfi pointed out then that's why you're wrong, right? So you're wrong, Sammy Gyamfi did not. Let me repeat this. Sammy Gyamfi did not write in his own one on the letterhead. He wrote on the letterhead of NDC. And it's about time the Electoral Commission and the staff respect NDC and the persons therein. The young Kolani you go NDC.
A disrespectful release.
Yes, very disrespectful to the NDC.
To the NDC.
Yes, because go back or there, let's be practical. What could that be any? Me fancy. Can't without admitting okay. Need to do papa my building.
But the other aspect of it is that why is it that if you want us to use the NDC instead of Sammy Gyamfi, why is that the Electoral Commission can't say the Bribia Dano, Monsema Moke Kakekano, a far battle, do na move.
We had worst times. I'm not equalizing, but out of Sir advocacy and you improve electricity in a time, it was unthinkable. Say because he be used to transparent box. It was unthinkable to be used photo ID. But for advocacy and colored ones.
So opaque to transparent to black and white to colored. And now fingerprints.
That time no can as some crofona some woman can and right. The you a fire. And the Anyano, yet Ijan and that baby. It's the Electoral Commission. See, in public policy, there's no idea what is stupid. What you say, you build on an idea. That's what the Indians call superstructure of an idea. You know, so you don't say Ubia Koyet or some so as a state institution. Yes, sir. It's not right.
Okay, Mamia Kulise Daniel Ni Kwatay Titus Glover. And so Abeka and Sawa say Ni Kwatay Titus Glover. And what take you over your position and your floor parliament? I see.
Me banamiti momincha me uncle is one of the
Ghana Ghana intina head then me hwe mo bedwe mu so na me leave no say the mobusu na banchire pa we say wow we were fast we people aba chese me say then na manchire say oh wow.
One of the few personalities at NDC that inspires me so much, humbly, His Excellency. That was way back in the revolution. We are now chief executive. And for some time now, I bonded more. And many of the Basho say, be careful. Because and sometimes I'm not comfortable, but it's also a good learning curve for me. Said yeah, may more measured in my pronouncements and me chia me big uncle. Nibano so no offer so chano. Na kwale eno mama nyam so chiao.
That's great.
Say na asama mudia tuba masui me banami TTB. But I think the NDC should be a bit circumspect. adana make kasa because CNR regulation BI is subservient to the Constitution. The Constitution is supreme. His Excellency is a lawyer. Me a lawyer. But any other primary law, a law, secondary law, it's a constitution. And it's a constitution no catch say. And the 94 no why are we trying to throw it away? You see, now me can say this is circumstance because me can say jachi question. On one would dig the hungry because at the time of the swearing in, we shed your course. Senior Muntakanum, any young brother, Sam George num, a display, Bawa num, a display of parliament. Turning the whole chamber like a boxing ring. I think you're marking. A catcher that and I speaker. And a clerk no, and no general, a dear speaker. Me kai vividly I think you catch a draw that thing you say. When Yantia yes say there is a writ and there is a judgment on a question. And the a dragging process in the wee hours of the early morning. And I make Kai say, Senior Haruna Drisu Kaze, let's leave Jachi question on his own fate.
You rather prefer to err on the side of the law.
You think only Amaba? These are lawyers. These are seasoned lawyers in the chamber on the side of the NDC. Dr. Yenenum, Ayalaganum, Haruna Drisunum. These are lawyers and they know better. Look at what is happening. Meanwhile, in 2012, Obasa, he was disqualified. Now, my big brother, Aloto Jacob, was a propaganda secretary. Lawyer Yebua, at the time, was a constituency chairman then. 2016, almost disqualified on the same renunciation. Me it said 2020 kwano, and also Basusa. But the powers that be, let him go. Ayamiya. Say, Obia what body bra. Canada. But the limitation is that before you prepare with the documents, even my letter commission, you must first get yourself out. I was a certification, a process, documentation, now they are my letter commission. And you think I would have called my letter commission, now we are process to do your renunciation. And yes, I know. And the judgment about. But Omayini, na say yeah, and this is for your internal elections. Me junior, so far go. On to about I was central. I was central. Once she or shift here. So be the MP me brother Henry ho. Baba Jama if you akutia. Eba, if anything. I was so east Nima. If I'm lying, my uncle should tell me. My uncle should tell me. Of Baba Jama Efi Akutia Ediaba Nima. Maybe for all you know he was born there. Maybe for all you know he has lived there before. But the fact on your voter, I was so east. And as so far, Matikwa is what Alaguda in the constituency. So what is the constitution telling us? In 94, I was saying this if only a pampa paya, ye woodia, ye koye bayniaga, mintiasie. Or see, subject to the provision of this article, a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament unless, this is the qualification, he must be a citizen of Ghana, has attained the age of 21 years, and a registered voter. Registered voter, and Gaza we are registered voter, ewo, assistant.
A registered voter.
A registered voter. You can be from Pandai to Wulensi to Bimbila to Yendi to Goshugu to Karaga. A registered voter. I don't know constitution he is a resident in the constituency for which he stands as a candidate for election to parliament, or resided there for a total period not less than 5 years out of the 10 immediately preceding the election for which he stands, or a year from there. Maybe na mitie interview bia yani Opokunaye. Osi ye wonu the district capital. Asimbreku. He went to primary school there. He went to JHS. He went to SHS. It was Sempanaye. Osi Sempanaye no. It is 3 towns away from Asimbreku. He has lived in that constituency. Ebi adwuma sem abrabo e de nakopie e wotowa. O ka say wotowa ba imprenu e was enough. 2 times. Wato ba ku e wo kepos e na nansen otubi e wakotia. I love Sammy Gyamfi. I admire him, his courage, his dexterity, his flow. But sometimes, onto the boys, I understand the education. I'm a young catcher and say we shouldn't pick on Sammy Gyamfi. He is speaking on behalf of NDC. But I'll take the NDC together with Sammy Gyamfi. Because I will say, say, come on, NDC for any name, they are better high. We have brilliant lawyers in NDC. And into the can see, I know, and the regulation, and the collection, it's subservient to this constitution. And when you say MP before, you didn't say any mara. We also know the law. Obia or Kwabatuano or Poso winning. That is objective of every election. You want to win power. Almost sitting on Mudia, fair enough. But not being a kita. Do one a kita. And a muko election of year. So there is nothing wrong. This is pure competition. Yeah, copring ye was a war. And it's a wolf free hall when you hail from there. Or Kosua at sea, say, or say, you must pay taxes. And it's a woody process. We must file your tax clearance. That would be a kind of documentation. That would be a call. When you Sambia, I was say a church, say, NDC, you want to hang Electoral Commission because Adukwe Ayobia, Mumpe de Nimishe, and the Bibiana, you want to give a dog a bad name.
Is that the position of the NDC? The NDC,
do you understand?
They've not gone after Jane.
No.
They've
What I'm
gone
saying
after
is
the processes and
please come now.
And they've not gone
Let
after
us
her
call
person.
a spade and not a long spoon. Almost say the NPP is in bed with the Electoral Commission to do the untoward. The NDC is saying, and before you are conniving with the Electoral Commission to go and put somebody who is not registered voter in the Constitution. And who says that if your name is not on the register, you cannot be a candidate? Who said so? This is what the law is saying. The supreme law of the land. The old chair, no, me lawyer. Because you say primary school, any presec legal, man school be a view. My little understanding of this constitution. This is my uncle. He should explain to me and your audience. Said their constitution is catcher no, you tunjana. Son of catcher no. You know she. So let's continue. Don't attack the Electoral Commission. And even when they said they want to transfer the vote at the bow. But we have a limited time to do transfer. Is it 42 days to the elections? January 20, June 27. Less than so in the first place, NDC what?
Some PLC, the tone is just not good for the Electoral Commission.
What you are attacking? You have attacked the Electoral Commission. No, come on. You have attacked the Electoral Commission unduly because Jenadu comments and him nyofe. You obey Biano, you tag her. Then you attack the MPP. Who are attacking MPP? We understand because we are doing politics. But what about the referee? Or no heading? MPP have we conducted the election? Or China and Yakoya primaries? Or China and Yakoya primaries? So why are you attacking the Electoral Commission? But even why? So is Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC big lawyers there? They don't know this Article 94, 1 to 3? They haven't read this? Look, they are fine lawyers in NDC, including my uncle here. When you advise them, they don't take it. When you have a certain Ketia as your chairman, you have Fifi Kwete as your general secretary. These are some of the things that happens.
How?
No problem.
Oh.
Yes.
But how?
Yes.
Yes,
when you have a certain Ketia as your chairman and Fifi Kwete as your general secretary, this is what happens. Look, they are fine people in the NDC, trust me, across my heart. Fine lawyers, professional. They will give independent professional advice. Open offer. They know this, they will lose it. And they will say, katasun mama so yenye nyama just to denigrate the Electoral Commission. When you attack MPP, we are fine because we are in the field together. And yenye ye bobo, and the good boy, we have no problem. But leave the Electoral Commission out of this business of this premise.
I see.
And I'm sure Mijide Kachem say, look, they might have advised Isiodun Ketia and Trifi professionally. They have sat down. Including my own friend, your legal director,
Amaliba.
Fine lawyer, fantastic lawyer. But I didn't have a preprint. So we are ready. You have a not. Me go do 1 week one and say, Uncle Moga, and the man some Nama, you share the album. So clearly, Nami Banami, you need a regional secretary, Techimenson, I didn't Kasai, no catcher on your course. There are a lot of things happen at the local level. Me, you be and to be Tiasiapa, you be me. And the local politician party for the bufu ya got to skate the blouse in Yano, and this can be. Now, they say regional secretary ba say from the polling station, the electoral area, then to the constituency, ya can't some be beer 2 years. And the baby a coca biano, that is the bottom line. Say unity no wa and never boy ye did yakoji to me. And funny enough, Charles any jechini nyano omi firasim breku and they will slug it out right at we are all at breku ya slug it out and the way nya dia ye be kasa hu bebre na ye twum bebre nothing is going to happen as north, nothing. And this will campaign, we also campaign constitution as bebre munama na isi nama ye everyone ye baha na musu makoha. At the end of the day, it is the people and MPP government and Ananado. We are doing so much in the north. We are not a development that are going on.
Last minute development.
It is not so. Program that why ye jumadada. And the by election abeshia. Developments are going there. Development is going all over the main road for this year. I think anchor all the way to Osim Praso. The major highway are rolling here at the time with the Japanese funding na you know. Sakwana say now under the Nado. We are reconstructing.
Okay, when let me get to my 10.
Oh, Uncle, you think you had the whole evening.
So I have to give you the whole door.
Let me proceed. Thank you.
Okay, so my member will came quickly. Sermons to appear before the commission. Threat of strike by staff of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Baby, Your Excellency. Why? We have received a complaint as above dated 5th June 2023 filed by the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission notifying the National Labour Commission of a threat of strike by the staff of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC.
And more.
According to the notice, the workers have threatened to embark on a series of industrial actions unless the Fair Wages and Salaries restore the payment of allowances to some staff of GBC that it has withheld. The National Labour Commission, in exercise of its powers under Section 139 of the Labour Act 2003 at 651, rise to summon the parties to appear before the Commission on Wednesday, 7th June 2023 at 1 p.m. for a hearing of the issues in dispute. With this intervention, the staff of GBC are advised to stay all or any intended action or actions and appear as scheduled. And it's signed Dr. Benis A. Welbeck, Director Admin HR, for Executive Secretary. So that's it for GBC.
Uncle, Excellency, GBC. Strike is always the last resort. It's a negotiation. My colleagues know. Once a soldier, always a soldier, and once a unionist, always a unionist. If management are willing to sit with you and negotiate, I don't see the essence of the strike. Intimacy, GBC workers to say, on Madaroma, say, Akunya no was a bit transi. na be papa fimaba mama the opportunity number. In negotiations, nobody wins and nobody loses. In every negotiation, nobody wins and nobody loses. Regardless of all your entrenched positions, you shifted by the kakang, they all come to the middle grounds. And the best ceremony. You be the union for no, the best ceremony. Na mumushe kwa mbefaswa afana ba engaging in transit. As for the Labour Commission, they are the arbiter. And it's a bibinko year. That's a big petition to go. They are ready to listen. But if the two social partners can understand each other, I don't see why they cannot resolve this matter. I have full confidence that they will be able to deal with this matter at the enterprise level, GBC. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
One of Adibakwa, I say your mind, equalization. To William say I don't like doing it, but it's your money, me ha. Since I there, say if you are in government, whatever state institution come under the scrutiny, you must defend it. That is what we have boxed ourselves into. The Sonia Dama, the most abused and insulted electoral commissioner in Ghana ever, is Charlotte Osei. Some even went to the sense of attacking her womanhood. But at that time, even though he was NDC appointed, I did not think that I supported that claim because he was an NDC appointed. But I looked at her as a woman, and I said, no, this is not right. And then some some of them are even aspiring to become president. What Sammy Gyamfi is saying, he's also contributing to the debate. Simple. That's the way I see it. Say na Gabinum that yeah improve your sustainability nano. What can I doing? And in fact, this particular clause, if you even go to Supreme Court, you give you clarity, I'll be very happy. Sir,
this is sincere. I know BBO. And you're clear. Oh, you're sure?
Because
any ambiguity?
Says yes. I started by telling you, sir, you see, I will to about Tama. Yes, sir. No, and a para who are named in a home, but to a baby. Would you allow me to vote? I didn't hear your voter exhibition. What do we do it? And once the electoral commission had made it clear, say you must make it, you must be a registered voter, but not in the specific. I'm okay because that has become the law. We are developing the democracy. You understand? Now on the Labour Commission, I am worried as a unionist. The two of us have been very active unionists. Say, what now? The Labour Commission, one of your functions is to promote industrial harmony. And I'm a boy. What now? My son, back and sana, mama, mo edit. Sometimes, often what they say is the strike is illegal.
Yeah, very illegal.
That's the first thing. You are the arbitrator. Labour Commission. Now, a statute you know declares illegal. That's one thing that ain't correct for Labour Commission. Now, GBC staff, you know, GBC last time we go program do. Now we have facilities at one more, and human resources one more. So yes, a state broadcaster and a commercial and come with scapa. Come with scapa. Because almost studio back 1 year, 2 times here. But here we are efficient. So what is it that MGBC fund to me generate revenue? Now workers why is it that every little time we are allowance be na omabokujai? This is the research the Labour Commission should do rather than always declaring illegal strikes. I will add my voice to my nephew here. The patron union leaders now more. See on mine yanti in terms of our finances. Yanti and uncrophone no more boy at high levels of labor. When him say they calculate country risk, political risk with all these factors. I think I'm right. They calculate country risk. Oh, your country is not stable. Because say yes sir. Yet the cap air patchawi. Whatever may be. So I would want to beg my colleague union is a woman say, and also the labor minister. You have to be proactive. One time, something say ansana. So workers are organizing a mine. So almost cost striker. You meet me at the room. You know, we have not increased salary for a long time. Minimum wage are very now. Every day we are adding taxes. The anti tax was going to develop our mind anyway. But workers here, you tax. I just show way. One salary is stagnant. It's a Ekosiisen koda. Your problem, you the dilemma of a ghost. I'm Matedu. We're going to second Cape Coast or going to Elmina. You know, once the government negotiates, the government must pay.
That was just wrap up for us.
Topics Nibia Domedi Mayano is about energy, World Bank.
Papa no Kasa.
And remember no me call Google, Uncle Google, and I may share the pedigree of the World Bank country director.
I understand. So, or a potential presidential candidate.
I'm telling you. Na adipa kwa na eya na menuanu mendis for ni ya ha mikakra. Obi omu eni omu nya adwen a, then they begin to attack the person.
Has anybody attacked him?
We share Diana some of the commentaries that you are running on the man. It's just it's not you, uncle. But some of your juniors, the way they are attacking the man is not helpful.
On what platform is it?
That he's a politician.
Calling him all kinds of names.
He's a politician.
He's a liar and look, Ngobra, look, this is a man who was one time the country director for Benin, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, and Togo. World Bank country.
But Enchirese Untimi.
Oh, I am building a point. I'm telling you who
but this is a man who was Ghana's one time
responsible for India to Bangladesh and
Sri Lanka, my 5 countries, on population change the whole of West Africa 2 times.
Yeah,
India, Bangladesh, Bangladesh population, India, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives.
Because Sri Lanka.
Wait, did you do something in Ghana pensioners? Were you part of
that? No, he was the chief executive.
Pensions Authority.
Yeah.
I've contributed my country.
And you go currently Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. This was one time someone who was an economist for the IMF. Country representative for Niger, 205 to 208.
Oh. Don't scare us with this.
He was a finance minister.
Don't scare us with this.
Please.
Mr. Don't scare us with this.
No,
please. And no biakake. Sabi.
And wakasa sa akeke.
Now, you want kasakake.
And I'm saying, no biakake, no wakasa sa akeke.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Sammy no kano. O si Ghana problem no. I shall say free baby. Your energy problems, in terms of IPPs, transaction a cost rodo. Because you look at the production costs, any expected revenue free mobano is mismatch. Energy losses. When you contribute in the data you accumulated the at and when your idea was you absolutely. Now, say, baby, then you come in to attack the man and man, and do baby, and why? For me, I think it's a conversation that is ongoing.
This is not the same.
Uncle, I'm landing.
World Bank, Papa.
Uncle, I'm landing.
You trouble on the Romas, because they give us more money during COVID.
I did back what they say. Or see, $450 million. They have been able to manage the money well. Almost sikano. A biam quatria. Who shed the NDC for Candy Chananado. A dinner tem a good numas. Say coffee secure by
World Bank auditor. Where auditor? Where auditor general?
They also look, they have teams on Musica. So they also have their means of checking.
He should publish the World Bank report.
You understand? They have their means of checking every city, every dollar.
Okay, so your excellency, that's it. Grateful. Daniel Nikwate,
Obi ni wunya dia. Then you go after him. Asa for mudi mo, asa for police for mudi mo, so for mudi mo. Oh,
wow, so we are so grateful. We appreciate you so much. Yeah, then you may call one of us brand, you know, so the message be 3P garlic mixture, JL Properties, ZPay, Essex Bank, Alpha Investment and Properties, Rockstars Roofing Sheet, Obapa Products, Eco Bank, Ghana, Kingdom Herbal, NS Chemist, and DBS Roofing, Safari Tissue, Ghana Ace Commission, Nisi Pharma, Prominent Paints, and Seahorse Engine Oil, as well as Tabia Herbal, and Alpha Franco Trading Enterprise. So, we made a chair. Actually, we are meeting, but we appreciate you as a listener and somebody watching too as well. Kosoneti, Nahe, Sports Night is next. Medomana any Kobna Santi. Show. Yes. And Semni Bibri. Debbie, not just or tracks, dominant on the baby. Debbie, Wagoko.